I was gonna mention, literally just found out there's a shooting right up the street from us, and that caught me off guard because I'm like, it's never been something so close before. Like I've heard about a body being found or two, but like that just shook me a bit.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another BerryVibes Podcast session. Who I have here with me today is my cousin, my YouTube rival since 2013. Let's give it up. Yeah, let's go.
Hey y'all.
All right, today we got a little discussion for you guys. All right, is society making us anxious on purpose? All right, my answer to that is yes. Like 100% yes.
I agree.
I mean, when it comes to like, mostly I have a feeling that the world and the society of like, you know, in every country around the globe, politics really necessarily takes a toll on mental health and on basically that every aspect of everyone's lives, whether they believe it or not. And that's just my opinion on that. Is like, I feel like, especially what's going on around the world today, I have a feeling that we're on a strong decline. A strong decline when it comes to especially our generation.
Yeah, and I was gonna mention, literally just found out there's a shooting right up the street from us, and that caught me off guard because I'm like, it's never been something so close before. Like I've heard about a body being found or two, but like that just shook me a bit because I was like caught off guard by that. It literally just happened too, literally like a couple hours ago, I think so.
Like what was it? Me and my dad and my mom was going to go pick up a U-Haul truck, right? And we was wondering because I seen a cop fly down by the hospital, right? And then was going down that back street or whatnot, we saw like 4 or 5 cops just zoom past, and we was wondering what's going on. And then coming to find out, at first it was like, oh, a cop involved shooting, right? But then I did not know till now that someone stabbed 2 cops. And that's what led to the shooting, of course. So right now, a good section of our main street where we live at is blocked off. Traffic is being diverted to back streets, back ways, and all that stuff. Trust me, it's pretty hectic out there, and it's still blocked off right now as we speak. And as she said as well, it did catch me off guard because I personally never heard of stuff like that happening
so close
to us
like,
too.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, like I remember, what was that? It was years ago when you told me was coming home from school or was you going to school and you seen a body in the back street, or was it the back street or was it somewhere? Someone saw
the last time something like that happened to me, it was my mom driving me and my brother to school, and I was in Sacramento. I don't think, no, I would remember that.
That means somebody. Okay, I must have heard of somebody from somebody else. But yeah, there was a body back there.
Was Sacramento.
And honestly, I have a feeling like from living out here for so long, like the crime in our city has skyrocketed.
Yeah, that's something else. Like, it's like dove into that. Like, it's just, if you want to talk about the whys and stuff, it's like, look at the world right now. It's like, it's so like from school shootings to like, I literally just heard, like, I think this was a couple weeks ago too, somebody went to random people. It's not people they know. It was random people, and they were stabbing them in a Walmart. And I was like, it was 12 random people. They all survived, luckily, but it was just like, it's news like that. Like when you hear, you're like, what is even happening right now? It's so weird.
Oh my goodness! And that's where I want to bring it back to the whole politics and stuff. I have a feeling like ever since like this most recent election, a lot of it created a lot of stir up on all ages, especially, not gonna lie, especially the older generation.
Well,
child,
keep it a buck. Yeah.
Nah, bro. But I just feel like it really is. It's really torn. I know, torn friendships, torn families apart, and everything like that. And I just have a feeling like, low key, like high key, actually, the government, really, when it comes to like the policies and stuff that they instill out there, is to make the the classes, right? The middle class, what's the name?
Of course. They've been doing that
for forever. And I feel like over the years, like, it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse on how they go about things. And I have a feeling that's another thing that plays. That's a big part that plays when it comes to feeling anxious and feeling like, say, like, you're not ready to be like an adult, like, as far as like,
I think a lot of us fear that in some point, at any point of our lives, really, but like, especially like when you're just coming onto it, you're like, okay, I gotta get my life together. I'm out of school. I gotta figure out what I want to do, because any wrong move and I could literally be just like this, like a homeless person on the street. That's literally what it feels like almost every day, for me at least. No,
and definitely for me too. Like, I've low key, I have a feeling that I've worked myself to the break of nothingness, to be honest. Because my first job, like, as far as like I got my first job during like COVID, and whatnot. So like, I just like, I had a choice, like, do I want to still, because like at that time I was like really deep into video games and all that stuff, like, do I want to do this for like, say, like another year, and like I'm 18 and stuff like that, and I'm getting close to adulthood and I need to get stuff figured out, or do I want to start it early so I can get a head start? And low key, I feel like I should have gave myself a little more time, because eventually, like, say, like, I got to my second job. When I got to my second job, I found myself not giving myself any time or vacation or stuff like that, and I just work. And that's what society is just basically pushing. As far as like, even going back into school, they teach us not to necessarily. They teach us just to throw us into 9 to 5s, just to feed the upper class, pretty much.
Basically, it feels like everything we're putting into society, it's like the people who are reaping the benefits of that are the people who don't even like get in the nitty gritty. Like, we're the ones doing all that, and they get to reap the benefits. Like, we got to deal with like the repercussions of getting, say, different opinion, a bad president versus the people who are up there. They don't have to worry about that as much because different reasons, but I could delve into that as a whole other topic, but
most definitely. And as much as like I do love like content creation and doing stuff like online and making stuff like it's kind of like to a point, like, not as therapeutic as it used to be, but it is therapeutic to me. But I do find it that like a lot of people online are, I'm not saying all, but I have a feeling like a lot of people online are just, what you see of them online is not what they actually.
Oh no, absolutely.
Like as far as like, they may look all healed and happy and this and like that, but like in reality they're like broken.
No, I don't think I know a single person on YouTube where I felt like I've known this person like authentically, like this, like, oh, like, you can always say, some people will say that, the crazy fans, if so to speak, will say like, oh, I know this person, like they would never, like, when it comes to like being into their defense, they'll be like, oh, they would never do something like this or that or whatever. Like, you're acting like you know these people. You really don't. You barely know sometimes people you be around. So it's like, how can you tell somebody, tell through a screen that you know somebody and you can trust them. Like some people really act like that though, and it's kind of weird in a way, like overstepping boundaries. But it's like sometimes the creators will give that boundary to them. They'll be like, oh, y'all are my family, and call them that stuff. And it's like, I don't think nothing wrong with being close with your fans, like, and showing that appreciation for what, where they've gotten you somewhere. But there's boundaries, and that's what I believe. Yeah. There's boundaries that need to be had, because I've seen it all, basically.
Mm-hmm. No, most definitely. And so like as far as like the social media and everything like that, and like the aspects of how like it affects people's mental state, what do you feel like will be like a healthy like way, like what do you feel like a healthier culture when it comes to like online presence would look like?
More empathy from people. I think we lack that in society. We're always like, so people are just so quick to judge something, and I was just talking about like people not knowing people, and it's like that's exactly the point. You don't know people, so you don't know their story, you don't know none of that. So to just show more empathy to people, because you never know what somebody's going through. And like I said, I've seen it all. I've seen content creators where they have they seem like the happiest people. Yeah. Suicide. Mm-hmm. Maybe like 3 or 4 years into their content. I'm like, damn, like I never would have guessed, like for real. But of course, like I said, I'm not saying I know these people, but it just, like I said, you see from the outside, and it's like sometimes you never guess in real life either. It's just, it's like that.
Okay, what out of your life, like what is like a moment in life where you felt society put in the most pressure on you?
I mean, look, I got a whole list, but I mean, like I said, if I did have to pick, as soon as I got out of high school, I would say I felt like I had to do something. Like, I feel like that's where they put the most pressure on you, because it's like, at that point, you're any choice you make, like, that's ultimately going to affect the way you're living, like, for the rest of your life. Yeah. So immediately I was like, okay, should I start school? Like, wait, do I have enough money to start school? Should I invest into like getting some loans to start school? So I started working, work same job. We started working together, and then after that, after I was let go, I had a low that I was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I was unemployed for almost 2 years, and I just didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I was literally like going through it, and eventually found work again. But it was that low that made me realize, like, it's really like that. If I didn't have my my family to lean back on, I don't know where I'd be, and it's scary to think about that to some extent. But yeah, what about you?
I would say, so like, how like I moved from Oak Ridge to Stadium Park. I didn't really have that much like knowledge when it comes to housing. Right. So like, so we were moving to Stadium Park. Things was going good for the most part. And then I found a new place to move in with my coworker. And it was either we wait for the place, like for the place to like still be open for the time he can move out at the same time as me moving out. Yeah. Or we set a deposit. I move out first. I move in. He pays for 2 spots. And what's the name? But the thing is, I would have to break my lease. I broke my lease. And then I just didn't know like the fact of the charges afterwards of breaking your lease. I thought it was I didn't learn until like months after that it's a fixed. I thought it's not just a fixed rate. They pile on, like say if they have to do cleaning, this and that, boom, bam, and I thought my deposit that I put in the place would cover it, definitely not. I'm still owing them I'm still owing them today, actually. So like, as far as like the whole like debt management and not like trying to avoid getting into debt, like I really just was like I low-key felt like low-key kind of an idiot at the time.
I mean,
because like I was like, wait, I'm like early, just getting into my 20s and stuff like that.
No, that's
and
exactly the
boom,
point.
debt.
Man, and that's how it feels. Like it feels like any move you're gonna make, like wrong step, and you're, like I say, in debt. You're on the street with nowhere to live, and it's like, how could we not feel the way we feel in the society with all that pressure on us, especially the ones who, from our generation, I would say, not just us, but mostly. That's what I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay, how do you feel about like? So like, I've been like recently, I've been seeing like on. Okay, I hopped off of Twitter low key. It was getting a little too chaotic. Not gonna lie.
That's fair.
But before I hopped off of Twitter, I was seeing a lot of people, because like, you know, a lot of people throw slander on our generation, hella, and it is mostly like, oh, you guys don't want to work and this and that, and you guys are lazy, the lazy generation, this and that. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, what do you
know?
Is there truth to it?
Okay, so many people probably not gonna agree. There's a little truth to that in the tiniest aspect, because, like I said, as being a generation myself, I'm gonna give what I feel, but I do see some points, because I've seen it in some people. Yeah. But that's not to make it a generalification, because it's like, I'm not generalizing nothing, because I've seen these people, you know, who literally don't want to work for anything, and it's like, the difference is, I don't think it has anything to do with a generation. Yeah. It's just, there are people like that, people who don't want to work. Yeah. But I will say this. I heard someone say this before, it's like they want us to lay down and accept things as they are. Yeah. And we're the generation, not just us, but we were the incline of a generation that started we're tired of this conversation. Like, why do we have to work till we die, and then why does the age for retirement keep going higher, but the death rate, from aging, like, what I'm trying, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The age of, like, expectancy to live is going lower, so it's like, that doesn't even make any sense.
It's not.
And you expect us to just lay down and be like, oh, just such is life. Like, that's where I disagree with them, because I'm like I said, I don't generalize nobody, but it's like, there's expectations that are on us to live the way they lived. And it's like, we're a new generation for a reason. We're supposed to improve, like, see to it that the human race goes on, you know? Like, that's literally what we're here for, basically, in my opinion. And it's like, you want us, if we just lay down and accept things the way they are, things will never change. And I really think that we could be extinct, like, based off stuff like that.
No, most definitely. I agree with that heavily. Another thing I wanted to bring up is the fact that a lot of people get caught up with comparing themselves to people online, and I do have a feeling that has a lot to do with when it comes to attacking people's confidence. And I do feel like either I feel like our generation and the generation above us, of course, they're definitely the generation above us. They are too low-key, too into tech, into online, not gonna lie. And I feel like that little aspect did affect, let's say, a lot of people's mindsets and mentality throughout, like, high school and middle school. Actually, started middle school to in high school. Like, as far as, like, confidence wise, and, like, the whole anxiety around life aspects, I do feel like there should have been, like, some type of limiter. I couldn't find the exact words.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. So.
And yeah, I just feel like the internet was basically let free to just anybody and everybody.
I do think I don't see it happening any other way, but I get what you're saying. It's like we come to rely on technology a lot, obviously. Social media as well. It's literally become our news. We learn stuff from it, like life lessons, recipes, and stuff. It's a big part of our generation, especially. And then the newer generation coming in, it's gonna come a day where they're gonna be like, I don't remember a day what technology, like what it was like before.
Yeah. And then of course, like the like learning life lessons and recipes and stuff like that. I'm talking about like that is like pristine, good, perfect, right? But like I'm talking about like the other side of the internet. That's really detrimental.
Like, there's always gonna be that part.
Yeah, there's always gonna be that. What's name?
I remember you said earlier about deleting Twitter because you're like, nah. Me another hand. I can't lie. I be on there. Like I said, it's literally my news. Like, I literally learned a lot of stuff recently, because before I wasn't really on it like that. But now I literally can't remember time, like, for the past, like, I want to say year where I haven't, like, heard something from Twitter first. Like, unless it's personal to me.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm literally on there all the time. Probably shouldn't be, because, like you said, there's that part. Like, the people who are racist, the sexist, and all the other stuff. Like I said, I go in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I need to stay off here because like, I'm thinking some thoughts like that are just negative and like, cause they like shape how I see the world. When it's not, it's just what somebody once said about the minority being really loud on some platforms, but they're still a minority.
Yeah.
Not to say that it is, but it can be the case for some of that stuff. So. It like I said, it alters the way you're thinking. Like you're thinking like, oh, like this is the way everyone is. Everyone thinks, but it's like it's just those certain people who, like I said, they're big and loud on the internet.
Nah.
But in real life, they ain't about that.
Silent. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I do be finding myself trying to like definitely like going through like when I was on Twitter, going through Twitter threads and stuff like that, and I do like come across racist people and stuff like that. And like I'm fighting the urge not to comment and reply. What's her name? And
that's something I definitely am. I'm a replier. I'm always gonna have something to say if I feel very strongly about it. But sometimes I do feel. Sometimes I'm like, such is the world. Like I said, I got that mentality when I see it so often on like Twitter and stuff and other platforms. But yeah, like sometimes I have the knowledge to be like, you know what. They're not worth it. Like, well, I'm not gonna, go back and forth with a stranger who don't know nothing about me and just gonna say a bunch of, like I said, negative stuff. Trying to, make their point, but it really don't. But it's like, just gonna make me more mad. I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah. I ain't worth the energy.
Like, draining is the word I use when you're, like, exposed to something like that. That kind of negativity for a long period of time. It's like you're just like, there's nothing left for me to give. Like, I gave it all. I've argued with everything and everyone. I'm like, I'm gonna sit back and focus on what matters, the people around me and my family. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that part for real. Exactly. Fucking. What do you feel like as like for you, like what are some mental habits that you're trying to unlearn pretty much?
Like I said, basically I just said it, focusing on the negative. Because by doing that I'm literally just joining the crowd basically. And I definitely won't claim to be a negative person, but I do focus sometimes more so on negative because it's like when, I guess it depends on the person, but for sometimes I remember more times somebody said something hurtful to me versus a compliment, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I remember sometimes, like I said, when someone says something hurtful to me, I'll like take that. I remember that like forever, hold that for a long time. But when somebody complimented me, you know, for some reason it don't stick as much. Not saying I don't appreciate it, of course not. I do always do. And I'm always thinking like, oh, I remember that compliment. I'm not saying I don't remember none of my compliments ever.
Nah.
But it's easier to remember painful stuff versus positive things for me.
Yeah.
So I think that's something else.
And like, as far as like for me, I would say I have a severe problem with like self-doubt.
I was literally just about to say that. Take the word from out. Yeah.
Like most definitely, like when it comes, or mostly when it comes to like my videos and all that stuff. My videos, or like the story I was writing, which I finished, by the way. Yeah, that just like when I create something and like self-doubt and like it's like I'm a critiquer. Like I'm just
I think
it's like I want it to be perfect, but like it's good if it's not.
There's nothing wrong with being a critic of your own work, because that's how you grow and improve.
Yeah. But
I get what you're saying, like the self-doubt, and I think sometimes for me, because you know I also create sometimes, not as often as I should, but when I do, my enemy is, like I said, self-doubt will form from comparison. Yeah. To others, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to like, you know, do the similar like, you know, things, you know, similar topics, and it's not getting as far as that this person, and it's like, that's not gonna help me grow anymore. That's just gonna make me want to be like, what's the point anymore, you know? And it's like I said, the enemy of progress, you know, for sure. But I think I don't say that's mainly a reason I don't edit as often, but like I said, the most thing for me was like, you know, when I hit that low and I was just like trying to figure out where I want to be. Yeah. Still am, kind of. And it's like I put the things that, you know, I used to enjoy to the side because I'm like, it's just going to be a distraction. But I don't think you should make your hobbies or treat your hobbies like a distraction because that's what it is, a hobby at the end of the day. Yeah. So the motivation for me was lacking, and that's kind of why I hit a pause. But yeah, sometimes when I get, you know, the urge, because it's always going to be there for me. I think I'm just naturally a creator. Yeah. Then I'm like, oh, I got to do this because if I had this great idea, and if I have to share with somebody, like I can't teach myself. And you know, like I said, I feel like if you are a natural creator, you get that urge. Yeah, no, I totally understand that for real. Like, that's why you see me. I'm like, I post like five different videos out of what's named, and then there's like that crickets for a second, and I'm like, and then I get back to it. Exactly. What's that called? The when your brain like, it's a word. It's not writer's block, but it's similar to that.
Yeah, similar to that.
Just like creative block, I guess.
Creative block, yeah, I guess it was. Yeah.
And it's like, it's so weird. I think that, like I said, you see people post about it all the time, and you're like, what does that even mean? And then you hit it, and you're like,
I'm like, you literally be sitting there for days, just like, should I make this video? This would be good. Nah. Like,
literally.
Back to back.
Explained it perfectly. Yep, I agree.
I've been watching some YouTube, like you know how they have the YouTube Insights. I've been watching a couple of videos about like some of the updates they've been dropping, and I'm a little mad, not gonna lie, because I'm like, as you said a couple days ago, it was that when we was
you know, like I said, and it's like, you know, like I said, think about the comparing things. I think, you know what, I know what I know, so let me just go off of that. But it's also just like, nah, we're
yeah, like they got the whole. Now they added. I think I told you what's it. Now they added where when you're posting on the computer, you can like say you made 3 thumbnails and wrote 3 titles.
Okay.
They will take those 3 thumbnails, 3 titles, and compare them, and bring out which ones would perform better.
Okay. You know what?
Yep. My same reaction.
Well, like I said, if you want to be, if I'm going to be my own hypocrite, I was going to say the thing I've said about the older generation, treating us like we're just lazy. We also look at it kind of like, dang, they got it so easy. Like the people who coming after us, they got it so easy, and they can't even. People writing essays with ChatGPT,
yeah.
And then it's like we had to do that by hand before we hit the computers. So they had to make sure it was real, like by hand before we did computer.
Yeah.
And then it's like, like you're telling me now they ain't got to worry about none of that. And it's like it's like I said, I get about hypocrite sometimes. So it's like I can understand, but like I said, I did say I understand like a tad bit of it. Them be like, what? Y'all are kind of lazy. Like, still, like I said, no generalize. That's wrong, regardless. But it's like, I'm a hypocrite because sometimes I do look up the next generation. I'm like, y'all are like not gonna know what life was before a phone.
I
had a flip phone. And I can't even.
I remember the little slide up. What's the name?
The free Obama phone. Man, it's like y'all don't know nothing about that, but. They're not supposed to. That's the point of progress. It's like, gotta unlearn that.
Wait a minute. We was there when Facebook.
I don't know why you just don't figure that out.
No, I gonna lie. No, because like there was like some stuff like I'm like, wait a minute, we're actually kind of old.
Man, if somebody ever called me auntie, I would crash out. Like, leave me alone.
Hey, Trey called me uncle every other Sunday.
I think that was going viral recently about that thing from the Mordecai Ribby show.
Yeah,
it was called. It was like they basically call him Grandpa. He's like, Grandpa, I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
No.
Like, I wish somebody would.
That's real. Nah, yeah.
It's all fun and game because we do the same thing. But, look at the karma coming right back to us.
No, I forgot who I was talking to about this the other day, but we're gonna become the adults that we used to cringe.
Don't remind me, bro. I'm mad about that. Like, I feel like it's just fake.
It just has to happen.
It's always gonna be something that was cool when you were there at that time. If you one generation down, they're like, "What are you?"
What do you mean, huh?
What is that?
I beg your pardon.
Like, what do you mean that we used to be cool?
Yeah.
Like I know back then, like I used to laugh at the outfits. Like the baggy pants and then so sometimes the hairstyles they had. I'm like, what are y'all? Y'all thought that was what?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was really. But then sometimes I look at the stuff like I technically didn't really grow up with it, but I was born when it was happening.
Yeah. The
saggy pants, the big old pants, and the giant T-shirts.
The giant.
And the hat backwards.
The hat, yep.
And it's like looking back, it's like, well. I don't know about that no more.
That used to be.
Don't call him by a name like that.
Hey! I had to. But no, yeah. Just
like I said, it's always gonna be a moment in like I said, going forward, a moment that was cool, is no longer gonna be, and that's just life, I think. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, most
it's kind of funny actually.
It's hella funny.
It's just I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. I do want to mention, if you ever, in the later years, decide to rebrand your YouTube channel,
man,
you gotta study how to do it right, or you're gonna turn out like me.
And what are you saying you're like?
I went from posting my AMVs, right, getting, oh my goodness, glorious views. Glorious.
I was there to see it. He's
yes,
not lying.
Yes. To taking a 2 or 3 year break, which
can't do nothing.
Damaged my account very poorly. And then I went through a Fortnite edit phase, and this time I was just downloading clips to my posting clips to my YouTube, downloading it from my YouTube just to delete them and make it an edit for Instagram.
So would you say during that you lacked motivation?
I lacked the motivation to continue my YouTube, and I do low-key regret that fully, because I remember before I got demonetized, I checked my earnings, and this time I didn't have a bank account, and I should have set all that stuff up, because those 3 Luffy and Nami edits I made, 2 of them almost hit 1 million views.
I was there. I remember.
That was at that time, that was 700 a video.
Man, I remember when I had my first channel.
Yeah.
I was doing some pretty weird thing. I was doing, like I said, copyright was, I was doing too much. I'll be real. I'll be honest about that. So I understand why I took it down. But I guess when I recreated, not really rebranded because it was kind of the same brand going on, but I wasn't really expecting it to go nowhere. So when it did kind of get somewhere, and I was still kind of almost doing basically the same thing, but I was doing as badly. I was trying to be okay, what can I do so they can't keep saying you can't keep taking that and that. And I actually did big stuff,
Yeah.
My Sherman videos. I won't talk about that. That's a dark past of my life. But let's be real. I was, doing more original things, and it worked. I said, that's self-doubt and stuff. But when I recreated, I was just I didn't have, much faith, but I was surprised that, I actually got somewhere. So I became more motivated, and I was like, oh my God, let me keep putting stuff out because they seem to like it.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that. I never thought somebody would like something I made, originally, which is sad to say, but I really did think that.
Yeah, no. I'm still still low key. It kind of those views back then kind of hunts me till this day. Every single time I post.
Man, I remember when you told me about it. I was like, you did what?
No, for real. And not me years later searching up how to recover your videos. How do you do? I have a feeling they should do what TikTok does. TikTok, when you delete your videos, it saves it to a server.
What? I did not know that.
It saves it to a server, and you can go in and because when they was gonna ban TikTok, they was giving you the option to go in and download all your what's the name.
Dang, I did not see that because, like I said, I wasn't on there as often, but I did have some videos saved. I was like, dang.
Because let me tell you, I don't even know why. I should have just left it because you know how people have that video on their channel that's from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Just chilling there. I should have just let it chill there.
No, absolutely, I agree. Like I said, that supposedly, but it wasn't technically, according to some people, the first YouTube video ever made. Just some dude literally going to the zoo.
Yeah.
And it's got the most views, not the most views on YouTube, but more views than you would think.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think it just got popular for me in the first YouTube video. And it's you think he ever thought it would do stuff like that? Just because?
Yeah, nope.
Imagine you just leave it you just never know. That's basically
it was people was putting it was like investing in stocks.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because I was back then it was not the height, not the beginning of YouTube. It was reaching the the tip, the top of the mountain pretty much. That's also when AMVs and edits and stuff like that was
everywhere. You couldn't escape it if you tried.
Yeah, no, honestly.
And then I don't want to say it's dead now. It's just less prevalent.
Yeah,
kind of.
I have a feeling that look at the editing back then, like when it comes to A&Bs, like they were like more so of like cause like in my instance, like when I edited, I didn't really have the knowledge of like using transitions and like that.
No, for sure.
It was more so of like syncing the video with the syncing it and all that stuff. And that wasn't.
Remember that.
And now I feel like because like I did recreate Animal Stanley. There's a channel out there with the same name and the same what's the name.
Did?
I made another one. Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
Okay, because I was gonna keep it on download until I actually made an edit for
it. All right. Then.
But I recreated it. But I'm like, I don't feel. See, this is with a self doubt. I don't feel like I can keep up with today's editors.
Right.
Because I've been seeing some things, and let me tell you something. It just pushes me.
No, and I was gonna say, when I was younger, like I said, a lot of less things to worry about. I had so much passion because I was like, oh, I can do this. Like I can, like I'm like passionate about this thing, and what's stopping me from doing it? Then I got older, and life said, well, let me hand you a few things, and it's like I feel like I need to get that spark back, basically. But easier said than done, of course, but.
Yeah.
I don't think it's impossible, basically.
Oh, yeah, most definitely not. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so tell us more about, you got anything start going on?
I do have something that's cooking up in CapCut. It's been chilling there for about a month and a half. Don't judge me.
You're talking to me. I can't say nothing about
Yeah, I do have it. Yeah, it's It's a Demon Slayer edit.
Okay.
It's a Demon Slayer edit, most definitely. I'm just mostly waiting to watch the movie.
Right. I need to catch up, by the way.
And to pull some clips from there.
Yeah.
To finish it.
That makes sense, yeah.
And that'll be like a start off to Animal Stanley 2.0.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, most definitely. I remember what really when I rebranded, like a couple years after I rebranded,
right?
What really like kind of like hit me into like I'm not gonna record, I'm not gonna record ever again, because I got a comment on one of my videos was like, because I posted a video, and then he commented on the video and said something. He was like, I remember I used to look forward to your post every week. Something about basically, and now I'm just disappointed. And
no
dot, and I was like,
dot,
brother. It's like
now,
what?
Why would somebody possess somebody to do stuff?
I don't know. That was like the first quote unquote negative comment that I've gotten, and I was like, huh.
Man, I feel like when I haven't gotten something like that. It was always, people saying like, oh, like you should post more and stuff, like I'm not saying I've ever had a negative comment. Definitely got those for sure. But dang, I could see how that like sent you into like a corner, your era of what you're going through.
I was because in that instance reading that comment, I was like it brought me back to when I was making videos every week and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Kind of right. I was really in my grind type shit, and I'm like now I'm like slacking.
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
You know what? Like sometimes, like not that they said it in the best way anyway. Sometimes you can look at negative stuff and take sometimes like I said, besides just hurtful stuff, just being hurtful, as like just. Not constructive, but criticism. And you're like, okay, so what am I doing differently than I did? And then how can I improve?
Yeah.
Like, if that, like I said, looking at the positive instead of the negative connotation it had.
So far, haven't got really much negative comment.
So what made you want to start up again?
What made me want to start up again, it was, like, I felt like I, for one, I did feel like throughout my life, I've had trouble with having like my face online and like really speaking, and I just had trouble speaking, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this will it will be like it'll help me have a better presence. So like, say if like I was to speak on a stage to people, I won't be freaking shaking nervously and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing I do. I am going to college.
Okay.
I am going to register multimedia design.
Okay.
So.
Stop. Claps. Give it up. Okay.
Yeah. So that, and also I'm taking a elective of communication too as well. So.
Well, congrats for sure. When do you think you're gonna start?
In the fall, hopefully. So like, I know. So right after my daughter's gonna be born, so it's gonna be hectic.
Lord.
But it's online school.
Okay.
So I can be like, alright, yeah.
Like I said, the acting, you know, it's hard, easier said than done to not fold to pressure like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I really do think just putting your best foot forward is the best thing to do. And yeah, like I said, you got a goal that you want to meet. Don't let, you know, what people always want to call, like, oh, this is going to set you back. Who are they to say? Like everybody's different. So,
Yeah, most definitely.
You're going to give, like, you think you're going to make, like, a video, like, giving updates, like, about that?
Yes, I was thinking about, I do have, like, a couple things in my notes about, like, different, like, topics, or different, like, I would make, like, a different, like, series of, like, my journey through college.
Okay.
Necessarily. I can say the most, like, issue I've had was doing the FAFSA. But, signing up for all that, because, like, I didn't know what, like, the questions that they asked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have no clue what they mean, necessarily. I have to go up there, and they have to basically, step by step, oh, this is what they mean by this, and this is what they mean by that. Because, like, I ended up saying I was an emancipated minor on accident, because I accidentally clicked no instead of yes on one question, and that delayed my FAFSA for months. And I was wondering, I was like, where's my offers at? I don't know.
Why is that even an option?
I don't know. And then I found out apparently you can't, you're not, when it comes to, I don't know if it's all colleges, but when it comes to Lane, you're not considered a independent student until you're 24.
Okay.
So when filling out the FAFSA, I had to fill out my part, and then I had to have my dad fill out the other part.
Wow.
But I finally got the email.
But okay.
I finally got the email saying, oh, I get to go check and see how much they're going to give me for financial aid, or what grants I'm going to be eligible for.
Okay, period.
So that's a good sign.
So that would make you and my friend Sarah, I think y'all, she's starting around the same time, I think. So y'all be both done around the same time, but she's up way in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
But I think if she was going here, she probably would have had the same choice of where you're going to, doing, like, the place LC. You said LCC, right? Yeah. Yeah.
LCC, and maybe, just maybe, because I heard UFO has a good cinema filming program.
Yeah.
I might transfer there. I don't know. It's pretty spendy.
So I guess that's the norm, starting, I think some people said that's it, like starting in, the community and then going to a university, like transferring. Yeah. I've seen people say that a lot. Like, it's the best thing to do, like, especially financially.
Oh, most definitely. See, that's the process I would have to go to, because I graduated with a, what's it called? A modified diploma.
With the what?
A modified diploma. I didn't have to reach, what was a certain amount of credits that my classmates had to reach. I just had to reach, like, it was like 2 credits below. the max. So I have to go to community college first, then transfer to university.
Okay, yeah. So you just have to. Okay, yeah.
So that's good. That's good. Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Can't believe it was like during my graduation too. Actually, now that I'm like actually like going back to school and stuff like that, I'm kind of like regretting not like, because before the graduation, my counselor was sending emails out. It was like, oh, sign up for these scholarships, this and that, boom, bam. I didn't do it.
Man.
So if I did do it, I could have started college right after high school and been done by now.
Yeah, I think, like I said, during that era, there's definitely a lot of pressure to, like, oh, you better do this quickly and get it done, or this is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But, you know what, I would say, better late than never. Better late than never for sure, because I bet there's other people who older than you are, and they're looking back like, dang, if only I did this then. And it's like I said, that'd be the comparison and the comparison. Like, yeah, like I said, you can only look at your own path and see. Yeah, most definitely. See yourself, grow. Like, right? Yeah, you can have that. I don't know, like Reese's.
And also, another thing is, I think another thing that sets me back a lot is the fact that I am a chronic multitasker. So like I have BerryVibes, I have Berry Reacts, I have Anime Lord Stanley, I have Unique Sub on TikTok, I have True Frame Editing on Instagram.
So yeah, you know what my advice is to that? Because I've heard it from someone else actually too. It's a bad idea to have all these doors open at the same time, because it just makes you give an unequal amount of attention. To each one. What they said focus on something like that you believe is the biggest.
Yeah.
And then as you do that, and once it gets somewhere you're proud of, all the doors for the other stuff will eventually open as you go on. Yeah. And I thought about that. I'm like, that actually does make sense, because like I said, I do the same thing as you. I'm like, well, I want to do this, and I want to do that too, and I want to do that too. And it's like, mentally, you can't really do all that. You really can't. It's not healthy for you. So
that's why it took me so long. Like when I got into my writer's block, that lasted like 4 or 5 months. Because at the time I was trying to stay consistent with my YouTube and stuff like that. And Davey's still getting on me about the Berry Reacts, because I dropped 3 reaction videos 6 or 7 months ago.
And they're like, okay, so
trying to keep up with a show that came out, I think it was Sakamoto Days on Netflix.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, I was trying to do it like, every episode that comes out, I'll make a reaction video. But that didn't last long. That did not last long at all.
Yeah. So you're gonna get back into reacting?
I will. I think maybe after football season, because I'm following what it is like. So last year I was making prediction videos. This year I'm going to pick a new transfer that's coming to Oregon, and I'm gonna follow him throughout the season to see like how his performance is and whatnot, and then make videos on that. And I feel like that'll be good, because the video I posted, my first initial video about him, I posted, it's gotten like 61 views already. It's more views than the previous video has gotten. It gotten way more views than the previous video gotten in 3 days.
Okay.
So it got like 60 or 50 views in a day, whether the previous video got like 14 and 3.
Right.
So it's progress.
Exactly. It always is, for sure.
Yeah. What video that really like low key blew up in my small little channel right now?
You can tell me about it.
Love Island.
Did it? Okay.
Love Island got 232.
We up. Well, you up, but
yeah.
I'm in the background.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Speaking of Love Island.
Oh, bro.
Speaking of Love Island. We're gonna have to track Kenny down. I'm sorry. It's just gonna have to happen.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's just gonna have to happen.
Talk about a disappointment, a social disappointment.
No, literally, in the fact that you go back, like circle back to the season and watch like how he literally cried his soul out because he thought he was gonna lose JaNa.
Man.
And then
so it's JaNa. Okay, I was saying it weirdly because
no, me too. I said Jenny.
I was saying JaNa.
JaNa.
I don't know anymore. But yeah, I literally, she can vouch. I was literally in her room like, bro, why did this have to happen? And the reason I knew about them, like I said, I only ever watched a little bit of the show.
Yeah.
I know mostly about them because I saw their moments going viral, like on YouTube and everywhere. And they were like, "Oh, look at this cute guy." I said, "Oh yeah, they're cute," Didn't really follow, like I said, none of them on Instagram or whatever. Then the news came out, and they said they just broke up. I was like,
"Oh,
okay.
That's okay."
Like, sad, but that's such is life sometimes, unfortunately. Then some people start saying something about him being racist. I was like,
huh?
I beg your pardon? What did I miss? And then people was making, like I said, back on Twitter, that's my news source. Like I said, that's where I found about it from the jump. And then everybody was going in saying, like, oh my goodness, like, this is going to be going down in, like, the biggest mystery unsolved because nobody want to tell us, like, nothing about what's going on. Like, what happened to the real news reporters. Then, I don't remember her name, but I started following her on Instagram. She was the one who put it on her story about, like, what, like, the dialogue, basically, what was found in the text. And I was, like, reading it, I was like, so this is exaggeration. Either way, it's bad, but I was like, is it exaggeration or did he, like, say it's word for word? But I think she meant, like, he said it word for word. Yeah. And it's like, either way, it's horrible. So it's like, I was like, dang, I literally saw some people say, like, dang, I think I'd rather he have cheated. Have another family in the back. Yeah. And she said it. She said it was worse than what people could think of. And it was
yeah, see, it was a lot of speculation, a lot of theories out there when I first seen that they broke up. Right. Like, there was one that said...
So let's do a question, though. What? When you saw that happen, who did you immediately think was, like, at fault?
Kenny. I'm sorry.
Like, let's be real. Like, I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm gonna be like, I was like, dang, what do you do?
That's exactly what I said.
Maybe, like I said, maybe it's not the best first choice because you just never know sometimes. But were we wrong though? Yeah, I'm just saying we're wrong though. And like I said, I was watching everyone else's reaction and stuff, and people was like, no, dramatic tears and that stuff. And then we got the stuff, the drops and the tips. Yeah. And it was, that all turned around.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, and then the first initial theory was like that he cheated or she caught something on his phone and something like that. And then another theory was like, one of his a side chick was at the party that they went to, and then to find out this, I was like, oh.
Because everybody was like, what could have happened in such a short span?
Besides
cheating and all that
and
stuff.
The fact that every single one of the cast members unfollowed him.
They said even the messy people was like, oh no.
Yeah. No,
that's when you know something's going on.
What was his name? Kendall, the one that always
I saw about him. I don't really know him like that. Yeah. But I heard people saying
always loved to stir the pot.
They said, where you at, Kendall? We need you for this mess. Like, we need you to be messy right now. And I was just like I said, I'm still really in shock because how could someone go about lying to somebody like that for a whole year? For what? Yeah. Well, I mean, he said for what? For clout. For clout, yeah. And it was like, But now look where it's got you.
Now everybody.
But like they're the saying people don't really, and I definitely believe in what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. No matter what.
No matter what.
It's always gonna be found out.
Exactly.
So like, and it was just found out that was like you think you would think if he was really having such things, you would keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
What would you do in telling other people
in the whole group chat?
I guess because he trusted them or whatever. But look how that backfired. But it was trusted them just like JaNa.
Yeah, JaNa.
See, JaNa trusted him.
Yeah.
And now look how that backfired on you. Like, but the thing is, you put your trust in these people because I don't know if you can say trust. Maybe he was just like getting cocky.
I really.
What's the chance of them blabbing this out? Well, look, here we are.
Here we are. We're here
meanwhile,
right
she just trusted him because she fell in love with him.
Yeah, fell in love with him, all that stuff. And
like, that's something else you could talk about. Relationships and nowadays. Yeah. It's like,
now,
you putting your trust in somebody nowadays, especially.
It's gambling.
You're brave. I feel like you're just very brave.
Point.
Yeah, very, very much so. And it's like, you gotta not block out stuff that you see on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But not like let it leak into your relationship as like, oh well, if they did this, then that can what's called into, because then that's also going to lead to the detrimental ending of the relationship. So it's like it just makes it so much harder, and it's like people like him just make it so much harder for people who are actually good people trying to find love in the world.
It's like
you wasted her time. You could have been with the people you was wishy-washy with, and all of a sudden, I don't even mess with her like that. Like, what was the point? I just don't understand. So what's your opinion? No.
Honey, I don't know these people.
I read to her last night. She lying. Anyway.
but yeah, no, and I was really thinking how much of a truly evil person he is, because he really had America filled.
He had like I barely knew the dude.
Yeah.
But then they go into what we were talking about earlier about the people you think you know. And some people really think they know these people based off a video or a screen. And it's like And the thing is, like, I wasn't even like I said, I barely knew the dude like that. I didn't have no trust in him. What it was the diabolicalness of it all. It was like, you have the gall to do this? Mm-hmm. It was like just the disbelief of like somebody. I think, in my opinion, I think that's like a big fear of mine. Find out somebody I'm with for like all the time, and then people wonder why like girls are like all the time. Not to be like the stereotype, but it's like they're like, why are you always like so like y'all always like so concerned, like, you know, like asking a guy like, oh, would you still love me if I was whatever. And it's like, well, there's an example of a peep into something like that, because like, who would have, like, I could never see, and not to be like that, I could never see a woman wasting a man's time for a year, because I feel like a woman would be straight up and just be like, or you'll get the hint because they'll show it. Yeah. It was the fact that he was so calculated and like, and I'm not saying, like I said, no woman can do that, because they definitely can, but it's like I said, I didn't expect it from him. It's like I just never thought I would see something like that come to fruition, and especially from like someone who's on a big platform like that. Yeah. It was so weird to me, because I'm like, you would think like that's the stuff you see, like you like hear about, but you never see like that. Yeah. And that's why it was just crazy. I was definitely blown away.
I definitely was like, cause like, you know me, I was I be watching some Love Island. Yeah. They just dropped this Love Island Beyond the Villa.
Lord. You think you get invited? Or is it already like a recorded thing and it has him on already? Or
no. So it's they shoot. I think they shoot all week, and they just post. They drop the episode every Thursday.
So it's something you think, oh, he's not getting invited to it.
No, he's already in it. See, Beyond the Village.
Okay, that's
how.
Recorded. Okay.
That's how it is. Yeah. That's how like I'm like. There's a couple episodes before the breakup I've watched. Right. I watched how the relationship dynamic is and everything like that. And none of like this happened. I'm thinking back, like there was some hints.
I saw a couple videos where I was like, okay, not really seeing it there, but I can see why they saw it there. Mm-hmm. Because, let's be honest, sometimes people will change their opinions on something just because, like, the person is, you know, just, it's like, well, let's be honest, you weren't really thinking like that. Like, you say you were, but you weren't really thinking like that. You're saying it now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think one clip was basically him, like, not opening the door for her, something like that. Have you seen something like that?
Yeah.
And it was like he opened the door for everybody else who came in. It was something like that. I didn't really watch the full thing.
And then there was the other video. There was another video about, like, just like, I'm not saying like when you're in a relationship, like you gotta know everything about the person.
Oh no, yeah, of
right?
course. But
and here's little
what was it?
Name. So their fans was asking questions, and they was answering them. Like, so their fans. So they had questions. JaNa had questions for Kenny, and he was answering about her, basically.
Okay.
Every single one of them he got wrong.
Interesting.
So there's.
And what were the questions like? Were they like favorite color?
Favorite color, or like, what's what's a place that she wants to travel to? Like the first you know, like little simple things here and there.
How long have they been going steady at that time?
Like, oh wow.
You would think you would get at least something right.
Yeah, you would think you get at least like one or two, maybe.
No, yeah, and you know, of course, that's not to say like, oh, somebody who would get something like that wrong was like, you know, hold it to the standard like, oh, this means they don't care about relationship.
But like,
don't do that.
Yeah.
But
it's just like.
Going back, you can like say when you go back and see like how he is now versus like the stuff, the bits like that, the pieces that were the cracks that were there.
Yeah.
Then you can say like, wow.
Yeah, like he was like, yeah.
I can see why this occurred. Then
wasn't really like, it doesn't seem like really interested
putting as much effort.
Putting no effort. I remember him and I guess one of the cast members, Miguel, had went on this hike or walk or whatnot, and the dude was trying to tell him, like, basically trying to give him advice about, you know, living together and like basically giving advice on being a good partner,
right,
and everything like that. And like, it didn't seem like he was really interested in the whole conversation, the whole deal, to be honest. Then also he made a comment. I guess one of their friends had a housewarming party, and he made a comment was talking to this other guy. He made a comment about how abruptly his life has changed, and like how he went from, because he used to work at a tech company or something like that, doing business deals and like going to business meetings and all that stuff, and now he's just doing like the brands and this and that and like what's the name, and he's like, he was saying like how he misses the business side and everything like that. I'm like, brother, we see now.
How the mighty fall.
Yeah.
Sometimes people forget where they come from.
And
they get cocky, like I was saying, and it's like, it was I think for me, what matters, not all the time, but most of the time, that's what I look at when I judge someone's actions. Not that I'm a judger, but kind of am, but not important. But anyway, I look at intent.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if he had came into this, you know, for clout from the jump, and you know, wasn't really exactly honest, but was, you know, like, it was just something like you could just tell, and then was straight up saying like, okay, well, I'm just not interested in pursuing this because this is how I feel, blah blah blah. And it's like, the intent is, you know, like I said, like, it's, you could see it. And then, you know, like I said, there's people like JaNa who you can see her intents were pure. And it was like, it was really just sick, basically, just going off of how like that, like maniacal versus, you know,
like he's seen how like truly interested she was in him, and she like took advantage of that and knew how to use that basically to get what he wants, I guess.
And it's like I can't even imagine. Like I can't imagine being in that kind of situation. Because like, you know what? She went to jail for something. I'm not even gonna say what, but I would understand because, like, let's look at her from her perspective.
Yeah.
Like that is a crazy thing. But you know what? Like I said, her friends, they all had her back. Everybody on the cast had her back. And at the end of the day, the ones people are gonna remember less is you.
Yeah.
But if they do, it's gonna be something like that.
Yeah.
You're going down in history as that thing of what you did.
Yeah.
And she going down in history. She gonna be much more than that.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
And freaking I laughed because one of JaNa's friends, I think her name is Leah or whatnot, because when Kenny had posted,
I think I followed her, so I think I know what you're talking about.
Kenny had posted his little like accountability.
I saw that.
Name, and then Leo, she said, "Shut the F up, you chat GPT head."
And gagged him and did.
Yep, I was like, yep.
You can get him again.
Yeah.
Get him for me. Because well deserved. And like I don't think he said nothing since he was apparently from what I read on Twitter, he was deleting her comments and was basically just like she just like I said going off on him. Or she went on one of his videos, photos on Instagram, was like delete my man or whatever because something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you clout chased her. That's what she said basically.
Yeah.
And then he deleted it, and then she said, "Stop deleting my comments and delete my man on the thing." And and it's like people like that. It's like it's people. I what they call a narcissist. There's no satisfying people like that.
Yeah.
In this world, and sometimes it's hard to detect them in your life, but once you do, you gotta learn how to deal with them and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, those type of people are never pleased with nothing. There's nothing you could ever do that will make them feel like empathy for you. It's always about them. And it's sad.
No, it's super sad, honestly. Freaking. Yeah. Can't wait to Love Island 2026.
Like, I'm still not watching, but like, I'll probably tune in a bit more. Like, are we getting some?
The reunion for season 7 is next month.
Oh Lord.
I'm so ready for that.
So is it? So they're from season 6, right?
JaNa and them are from season 6.
Okay, because I don't know nothing about the season 7 except some black girl. Her face keep resurfacing, and they keep bringing up some girl's name who she sounds white, but I can't tell.
Huda?
Yes. Is it her? And everybody talking about dragging her.
Yeah.
And I love dragging the other girl. I think you seen her face sometimes. Man,
yeah, some stuff happened on season 7. Let me tell you.
But don't tell me nothing.
But you're gonna find out.
Maybe one day on the side.
You're gonna find out for sure, because that was a crazy season. I liked season 6 better, but this season was like, yeah.
I used to be into like reality shows. Like, used to be into watching like a couple years ago. I'm saying, but now something about it feels less authentic. Like, like I haven't given the new season a try yet, so I can't say that for Love Island yet. But from the most other ones I've seen, they feel less authentic. Like they're forcing things to be a certain way, and it's you're not letting things play out. And that's what's ruining the whole thing.
I do feel like in this, like, I do feel like the producers do, but like, I want this to happen this way, so let's let's talk to them and see if they can, change their mind about something or whatnot. And I've seen this like behind the scenes, what's the name of them, like filming an episode or filming part of an episode, and like people they was like talking in a group and whatnot, and the producers was like, hey, wait, can you speak up a little bit, like
just ruin the whole
kind of like
thing.
Come on, it's not an authentic conversation. It's not an authentic conversation.
Man, I've seen people on the shows like just tune into the whispering and stuff if it's that quiet. Like, come on now, y'all.
The whispering is because it's supposed to happen, okay? The whispering, just let it happen.
Usually, if there's something we can't hear, they just give subtitles. Like, this is what we heard. Then like, they're not doing stuff like that. Like, that's exactly why And also when it comes to YouTube people, like content creators, like sometimes you can't tell what's fake or real sometimes. Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you can tell it's mostly fake. Yeah. But it's like y'all just ruined it for everyone else because like that's what we were like when we used to have the authentic stuff. It was stuff like that we were enjoying because it was real videos, and now it's a lot of stuff. It's just like not to be that person, the over exaggerated thumbnails or something just weird, and it's like. Like, oh my goodness! Like, I'm sure you're gonna get the kids to click, but
yeah, not me.
But yeah, and it's like but what works for them because they still be getting views sometimes. So I'm like, you know what?
Not gonna lie. One of my thumbnails do have me doing.
But I feel like here's somebody like doing a mukbang.
Yeah.
And they're like sticking their tongue out, showing all the red on their tongues, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having fun. Yeah. But they're not doing it for fun. They're doing it. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that either, but it's like, you can tell as you're watching. It's like they're not doing it for themselves. It's just to do it. And it's like,
just to do it.
That's what takes the joy out of the YouTube videos, in my opinion.
And I think that's what, that's why what's his name? Quit? Outdoor Boys? The Outdoor Boys? Outdoor guy? Is the dude, yes, I used to watch this dude who, he used to be a lawyer, but then he started doing content creating on YouTube, and after that he goes out into the woods, and he stays out there, he goes out to like harsh climates and whatnot, stays out there and teaches how to heat up the ground and make sure that and like so you have like a warm place to sleep and like in a cold climate and different things there. He blew up, but like to I guess to a point where it just got too much, like being too famous. Like he didn't want that.
Like he just wanted.
He wanted because like it started to get to people starting to like, oh my goodness, like like he didn't want people like basically. I don't know. I can't really find the word.
I think they're just saying no.
Yeah, and I get that. I wouldn't want someone like. It's not envy, right? It's not envy. Something like that, I guess. But yeah. Before we wrap this up, I do want to tell you guys about these two fantastic books that dropped simultaneously over the course of this year and the year before, aka 2024. Yeah. So first book is Eclipse Earth. Okay, takes place way off in the future. Of course, there's two different factions of human beings. One that are attached to the old traditionalist ways, and there's the ones that are more AI and technology advanced. Okay, they're at war. But that's not really what the book is truly about. It's about the main character, Desmond. He grows up without knowing both of his parents. Which, you know what? Let me just pause it. Let me just pause for a second. I can't really explain it truly. Bear with me. I'm just gonna drop a link in the description. You can read the description there for the book, for the first book. Eclipsed Earth, the Exodus dropped 2 days ago. It is 221 pages. That trumps the 21 pages that I had for the first book. So
we will be reading.
yeah. Definitely read it. You can also they have an option to download free samples because first book is $2.99 on Amazon and the second book is $9.99 since it's longer. So definitely check that out. You would not regret it. A lot of people has read the free sample and everything like that. Said is pretty good. It's a pretty good read, and I just want to hear some
feedback.
Some feedback. Yeah, I want to hear some feedback. Thank you. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to a BerryVibes podcast. Thank you for attending and being here as a host
or
co-host.
Me.
Yes. All right, peace out.